Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you all. And thank you very much for joining me. I'm delighted to see that Kathy is online today. Kathy is our lady out in Australia, or one of our ladies out in Australia, I should have said, but I know that she's been suffering from some bad wind. No, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's terrible out there, but it looks like she's here, and that is really good news. And hi to everybody, to Jill and Sue, Samantha, Sandra, Julie, Shirley, Sam, Nicola. Well done, you made it. Yeah, really good to see you all. Anita, Linda, lovely. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Now, this is the last YouTube live before Christmas. If you get fed up, there's 400 and God knows what for you to have a look at during the time. All being well, I hope to nip into you on New Year's Eve. Not when all your partying is going on, because no one will pay any attention to me anyway. But hopefully, because that's a Sunday, hopefully about 11 o'clock. But I will just be checking, seeing what everybody's doing, because all my family are arriving after Christmas, but for a week. So can't wait till then. But yeah, so that's what's going on then. I will be chatting to you about all sorts of things coming up, but come the December the 31st class, I'd like to tell you all what's going to happen in January and 2024, because it is exciting. Yeah, I don't do anything, Dawn, on New Year's Eve. I'm not a party girl. Last year we did actually go to London, but it was to dog sit for my grand dog. And it was wonderful to see all the fireworks from indoors. The dog loved it. Well, he fell asleep. So yeah, but I won't be doing that this time. So, oh, Beryl, you were keen. 24 hours early. We like to see that. Hi, Linda. Who else did I see? There. Barbara's not feeling well. I'm not sure if Janet is on, because she's not feeling well either. Yeah, I find it depressing too. So it would be good if we come along on 11 o'clock, wouldn't it? So put that note in your diary. I will be sort of shouting about it. That is what I plan to do, to be here on the 31st of December, just to tell you all of what's... Oh, my God. I want to tell you now, really, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. So this is, if you would like to be included in the card kit subscriptions, please contact Sarah on that email. Be sure of the spelling, maximumcraftsubs@gmail.com. Yeah, she'd be happy to hear from you and put you on the list. The kit for January is looking super duper, and I think that you will like it. So if you want to be absolutely sure of getting such a thing, let Sarah know now. The closing date for letting her know, so that we're all organised in time, is going to be the 21st. So I think that's this Thursday, possibly, maybe. So yeah, do grab over to her. There's a couple of things that I'm showing you today that you may have already got, and if you haven't, that's where you need to go over to. Okay, maximumcrafts.com if you need anything that we're showing today. Now, I decided that you allowed me, if I wished, to make a card, whether it be Christmas, a special Christmas card, or a special anything card. I went for a special Christmas card because I have absolutely loved this paper set. You've seen me work on that before, I know, but I'm going to do something a little bit because I love doing it. Is that okay? That I can do what I want? Just for today. So this is showing you a couple of things that I've got, but you're indulging me in this one. So this is the snow, I don't know, from the range, the papers were, and I have used them beyond using them, but this is one of my favorite things, and I've had to push myself to use this one, because you know what it's like when you've got a piece of card paper that you really want to use, but it's just too precious. That is this. So it's an 8x8 card base. You can just about see that it's on a card base. And I have used so far, it probably shines just as much, but I have got behind it, a sneak a little peek, of Silver Sheen card, which is a new one for me. I've been looking for such a thing for a while. It's a subtle difference in as much as, I don't even know if you would be able to see the difference on a, let me just check. You probably can't see the difference on the telly, on here. Hold on a minute. Can you just about? So hopefully you can, in as much as this is a mirror card, silver mirror card. And this, if you don't look at all the shiny bit, is a Silver Sheen, and it gives you that sort of matte-ish finish. It's not completely matte. It has got, as it says on the packet, a sheen, and I thought it was rather lovely. So I have gone for that in my card today. I've already cut that piece out to 19 centimetres by 19 centimetres. And then I've chosen from the 12 by 12 pad a selection from that piece of paper. So not the whole piece of paper. And a piece is 18.5 by 18.5. Now, I want to make a frame on it because, excuse me, really, wow, what a last 4 months. And that is all that it has been with regards to frames for me. And I cannot tell you how wonderful it has been to be here and know that I've got so much support for my frames. A really simple concept that's come up. Can't wait to show you what's coming in 2024. But in the meantime, we were using the octagons, and that's one that I'm going to use. So if you recall, we have, as in all of our frames, 2 sizes. So we have a wider one, which I would call die number 1 or the background die, and the thinner one, which fits within both sides. That's the crucial bit. You can use them separately, but they are really designed to be able to use together to make a beautiful double frame. So I'm cheating a little bit because I have already cut out the smaller one, the thinner one, and I've used the other part of this piece of paper. It was a tight squeeze, but I have used it so that I've cut it out from what was just up the top here, which was just basically trees and a little bit of sort of sunshine, moonshine, I don't know. So you can see that that's where that white piece came in. But I think it gives it a nice look to blend in with it rather than shout out about it. Okay. So, oh, look at you. You are the best. Thank you for saying such nice things. Oh, you are so lovely. Thank you. You cannot believe how much that means to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So my thinner one has been cut out with that. Now my wider one, I want to cut out from the Silver Sheen card. But because Silver Sheen, by the mere fact that it's a coated card and that isn't as cheap as ordinary papers, I wanted to be a bit frugal. And so therefore, I'm going to be using the piece that I've already cut for the background. Because if we put that on there, like so, I'm going to put a bit of tape in there. It hasn't got to be in the right place. All it's got to do is to be inside the edges so that it's not going to show when I cut a hole out the middle, because that's what I'm going to do. So I've just taken the widest frame, the biggest one, pop that onto my piece of Silver Sheen that I've already cut. Let's put that back on there so you've got something to look at. I'm just going to run that through. So bear with me. Just running that through my machine. And I've already cut out some foliage because that's what I like to do as well. And we're going to make a little bit of a special card. Can you make a card for yourself? I suppose that's a bit mean, really, isn't it? But it's almost like one of these cards that I don't want to give to anyone. So there's all my bits. I have obviously cut out that one there. But that one can be really for cutting some foliage. I have already cut mine, but that is what it could be for. So you can see I've now got my frame, or my wider frame. Hold on, I can't pick up the other one. And that one is going to go on the top of there. Pop it all together. So that's going to go on my card front with a great big massive hole in it. But pop that on there. No one is any the wiser. Don't tell anyone, because it's only you lot that know. And then here I've now got the continuity of the, sorry, pop this all together, get together. I've got the continuity of the silver sheen card from the outside going on to the inside here, but I haven't wasted a load of card. In fact, all of the silver sheen that I've used is one sheet, which is for a big card. So I've used that piece there, then obviously we've cut out that, then what was left over from my A4 piece of card, including the middle bit here, I've then used to cut out foliage. I've used about half a sheet of white card to cut out some poinsettias, and then one sheet of my 12 by 12. So it's not bad for a pretty special card, is it? Hey, pretty special card. So let's pop this one all together and then get out my lovely poinsettias. So I hope that you are ready for Christmas. I am not. I did actually manage to get a bit of online shopping done yesterday, but that is the first bit of shopping I've done. So now we just got to hope that the post and Mr. Amazon is going to come along very quickly, because otherwise we might have to say an IOU, kind of like it's in the post. But I saw my older son yesterday, who flew over from America, if you remember me telling you, and my lovely Rosie, and we managed to get some crafting done. Can you believe it? That's what she comes back for. No, she didn't really. She was bamboozled into doing it, but she made me watch myself, or half listen to myself, on YouTube on a great big screen. Oh my God. I'm still trying to come to terms with that one. I do hope you don't watch it on the telly, folks. The thought of it is mind-boggling. But I'm glad you do. Oh, now that is something, whilst I'm fiddling about with this. Do you know what? I could almost leave that as a card anyway, couldn't you? It's just beautiful, isn't it? But we're not going to. I need more people to subscribe, please, because I need everybody to share your keenness on the frames, and myself, and all the other bits and pieces that I'll be coming up with next year. And it will be lovely if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, do try and do so. You do need to just sign up to Google, which I think most people are aware of anyway, but that's what you need to do. So with all of our frames, that is the beauty of it, that you cut, what you grab one die, just that. What colour am I going to do it with? Pop it on a bit of paper, shove it through your die cutting machine, and another coordinating one, and you are done. And you have got something that looks pretty wonderful, I think. Love the octagons. Thank you to Tracy for inspiring me with said octagons. But yeah, so I'm going to carefully, I'm just holding on to that because I'm going onto a shiny surface. I don't want to move that, but I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to pop some 3mm tape, foam tape, onto the back of this. So I'm going to have to cut this a little bit because it's not so easy to tear. So I'm going to make sure that I'm doing it properly. I'm not going to leave it, even though it's tempting. I'm going to do every side, or every aspect of it, so that it's all going to raise. Especially if you're doing a shape like this, if you leave a little bit, you can be tempted then for it to sag. And as we know, we don't want any saggy bottoms, do we? We've got enough to contend with, really. So just going to do all these sides. So I hope that all of your plans for Christmas are going to go as planned. I know Christmas isn't for everybody, and certainly Christmases change as one gets older and whatever, but let's hope that you're all going to be well, and if it's a quiet Christmas, so be it, but as long as things are okay for you, that will be all we ask, will it not? So I'm now going to remove the backing of this, like so. So I do have some of the silver sheen card over on the website at the moment. I won't be getting any more deliveries now before Christmas, and last orders, so to speak, I will be shipping out all of this week, but obviously I would suggest that if it's not shipped out before sort of Tuesday, maybe Wednesday at a push, it's unlikely that you will get it in time for Christmas. But if you're not worried about getting anything in time for Christmas, carry on. And of course, just eyeballing that, put that in the centre. If you aren't sure, or you're saving up for any new collections coming in next year or anything, we have gift cards from £5 to £50 and multiples of. Just pop over to the website. They are an instant download. So yeah, it would be good to get you over there. Now, again, I'm even liking it just like that, but I want to make it into something a little bit more special. And so I'm now going to bring in the foliage that I've got here. So I've chosen my poinsettias and I've already cut them out in white. And I have also cut out the holly parts of the leaves in the silver sheen, plus the little centres of the poinsettias in the silver sheen. And then just because I wanted a few extra long bits of foliage, I've just gone for these, which come in a set of two, one with a sort of more like berry. They're nothing, they're not a leaf, if you see what I mean. They are a leaf, but they're not a leaf. They're not sort of, I'm not saying that is, I don't know, bramble. It's not. If anything, it's nearer to maybe, I don't know, eucalyptus. I don't know, but it isn't supposed to be anything specific. It's just that I wanted a little bit of a large one. You can see in the size of my hand that it is quite large compared to the other ones. Whether I use it or not, I'm not 100% sure, but I just thought I might want a little bit of a spray over there. And then I've got myself a Spellbinders Christmas foiling die. As you can see, gosh, that is foiling. So may your days be merry and bright. I foiled it in silver and then pop it onto background and cut that all out. So I thought I'd use that as well. So let's get the flowers together first. Let's get that over here. So for each flower on this one, I'm going to go rather decadent, and I've gone, so there's 3 sizes of the poinsettia flower in the set, and I'm going for 2 large ones and 2 medium ones for the biggest die, the biggest flower rather. So I'm going to pop that one together first. So normally you could just, well, you can use any amount you like, but I just wanted to go a little bit to town with this one. So that is that, and then these 2 on top of here as well. So that one in there, just putting them down flat to start off with, and then I'm going to put some glitter on them because you've got to do a bit of glitter. But I'm going to wait for them to dry first when they're not stuck to my flower. So I'm just going to give that a second just to dry, but you can see that it's a beauty. So pop that over there. Excuse me. Then I'm going to go for 2 lots of, first of all, the medium size, but I'm going to build them up in the same way so that I've got a little bit of glue on the center of one, and then popping the same size but moving it around so that the top petals are between the ones underneath, as always. So there's those two. And then I'm going to go to the smallest size. And I'm going to, oh, you can't see that, can you, in white? I've only just looked. Well, we said I could do what I liked. So you'll see it in a minute. You'll see it in a minute. You can just pretend. I didn't want to do white. I didn't want to do red. I just thought red would be a bit too in your face. So a little bit of glue into the center of those. And then these ones come into the middle. And that goes on there. So when we look at the sizes, bring that down a bit, you'll be able to see then, hopefully, that we've got one large and two of the medium sizes, which are all ready to go. So they look really, really nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that you've been inspired. And I hope that you've been inspired by other people's bits and pieces that go on the class, because they always, on the groups and everything, they look lovely. We've got loads of lovely workshops to do. So much to look forward to. And I can't wait to show that all to you. Now, I'm going to use these little bits of holly that come with the set, so that I'm going to be doing those as well. I'm just trying to think about when to put the glitter on is what I'm thinking about now. And I think that I shall. So what I'll do is I'm going to lift up the layers a little bit. Yeah, that's what we do. Lift up those layers. So you can see now, instead of a, oh, disappeared. Instead of a flat one, we're now just lifting that up a bit more. So we've got more depth there. And I'm lifting it up because I want to spray it with some spray glue, but then I'm going to put a load of glitter on it. And because I'm going to do that, I want to lift it up so that I can get glitter in, not just flat on the front. I want to put it in other places. I should really have allowed this to set a little bit more, but so I'm going to put them like that so you can see what they're looking like. I'm going to put them into my spray box, and I'm going to grab my spray. The spray I'm using is this, which is a permanent adhesive, but it's just so that we can get a good, fairly fine spray over it. Let me just bring these. You don't need to see me spraying it in my box. Bring them back in. You can't see that I've done anything at this stage. But then I shall grab myself one at a time with my diamond snow and give it a good old shake. Now, although it was, of course, all very sticky, now I've put my, look at that. See what I mean? If you just put some of that over, that's the difference. We've got that one there without anything on, and then that one there where it's all glittery. We prefer that one, don't we? So let's put some glitter on here. After all, if we can't do it at Christmas with the old glitter, when can we? As an excuse, eh? That's that one. And finally, this little one. Whoops. So when I've done them all, I can then shake any excess back into my, or tip, I should say, any excess back into my pot. Look at that. It's pretty, isn't it? Little things, please, little minds, eh? And a little bit of glitter is all it takes for me. Hint, hint, staff member who's not listening at all. As in, diamonds glitter a lot, don't they? Eh? So let's bring in our card again. Now, these bits here were what I was thinking of that I wanted to lay along this section here. I'm not going to use all of the length. Just want it to be rather full on. That's going to come around the side there. So let's pop that on with glue. As always, not putting glue on everything, just enough for it to be able to stay stuck. And then over there. When we see, if you're able to make it on the New Year's Eve, on the 31st, we need to know what you got for Christmas, obviously. Craft organised. We don't need to know all about the frilly knickers and things like that. We need to know what you got craft-wise. I'm sure there'll be some wonderful things, and we can't wait to see what you're going to do with them as well, of course. So I'm going to put that there. Now, it's potentially a little bit of a mess here, but we need to just fill up all of this. And I think that sometimes when people say they can't do flowers, it's because they go a little bit too wary of what they're going to put into it. I have to make sure I don't have that hanging too much over the bottom there. There we go. Let's find our pin flare. So I'm going to use my pin flare to actually add my poinsettias. I'm going to put the biggest one in the centre. Oh God, I love it. Little indulgence for me today. That one goes there. Also, when I saw Rosie yesterday, she was delighted with her little place thingy for Christmas Day, but I made her help me make everybody else's. So we had to do another 11 yesterday. So we're now beginning to look like Rudolph. Oh my God. Love it. Love it. Now, I am now, excuse me, just thinking holly. I'm just also thinking, I don't know that I want a great big stem on the holly. Oh, just a little stem that I just wanted to poke out. Do you know, I'm thinking that I only want the little ones. Don't want to put the big one in. So I'm going to put just a little bit of pin flare there so that I can slide it in amongst the leaves. Not the leaves, the petals. And I know they're not petals really. Not in a poinsettia. But neither a poinsettia is all glittery. So just so that we've got a little bit extra. I hope you're still there because I'm not looking because I'm enjoying myself. Just love doing this. Isn't it beautiful? I've got the centres to do and the sentiments, so bear with me. Bear with me. If you're still there, chatting away to friends, that's good. But do just check that you have already subscribed. It's handy to subscribe. It helps me as well, but it also means that you get the chance to have a half an hour notification that I'm going to be going live. So it's always quite handy to have that in case you've forgotten or whatever, or think, is she doing something? You will get notified half an hour beforehand, as I'm sure you're aware of with many of the other people that you subscribe to. But there we go. Now, thinking about these little, I'm going to put it on with silicone glue, this little centerpiece, because I think ordinary glue probably would not now stick because I've put so much glitter on it, but whereas if you put silicone glue on, it will. So rather fiddly, but it only needs a tiny little bit in the center. That one. Oh gosh. Do I still love crafting? Absolutely. Is it still my therapy? If I needed therapy, I don't need therapy, but if I did, yes. Love, love, love. I just want to put the sentiment on. Don't need to put it on with that glue. It's going to go up in the top there. Needs a little bit of oomph, of course, but not a 3D, not a 3mm, just a 2mm, because I don't want it to be very, very proud. And I'm going to put it on at a funny angle because I want it to sit on top of there. So as I said, that's just white card. It's hammered card that I've just put a foiling silver sheet on and put those words, which I think look rather yummy. And that's going to go on there. And I have done it. My last Christmas card this year. Do you know what? I have to say that's possibly my favourite one that I've done this year. So there you go. Do you like it? The foliage flowers, just going to say, not foliage flowers, what sort of English is that? The foliage dies, they were just some that I had left over, and I will be getting some more of them. They aren't for Christmas, or just for Christmas, but I do like them, so I will be getting some more of those in next year, along with all the other lovely things. Papers aren't something that I stock. They were from the range initially. I believe that you could get them from the works, but I've had them since about August, and I just can't stop using them. In fact, I just used every other sheet bar this one because I just thought it was worthy of being used. So there you go. Anything you do need to take a look at, do leave me a message if you are looking at something that you can't see but would still like to. If it's Christmas orientated, it's unlikely that it's going to be back on now, to be absolutely honest with you. But if you haven't got yourself the octagon frames, get those. You could be looking also at some stage very soon for, this is Octagon 1. There was a reason why we called that Octagon 1, because Octagon 2 may well be coming very, very soon as well, may well be smaller, may well be joining up with this one as well. So there you go. Oh, didn't say that, did I? But yeah, loads and loads to come. But if it's Christmas orientated, you're not likely to get it now. But foliage and that, look out for it again. I'll use it again when I've got it back in stock. Not so sure I'm going to do hexagons, Jeanette. I don't think for me that the hexagons work, so I don't think we're going to be doing that. But yeah, octagons, yeah. But never say never. Never say never. So that just leaves me with saying, I hope that your days are merry and bright. I hope that your next couple of weeks are good before I see you again on the 31st, all being well. So this card's for all of you, really. Not that I can send it to you all particularly, but I'm sending it all with very best wishes, lots of love, hugs, and all the rest of it for this Christmas time. I do hope that you all keep safe and well. thank you very, very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you just before the end of the year. Okay, take care, everyone. Thank you very, very much. Bye.